And so onwards and upwards into the Alps once again. Kourou to Les Eaux, around 1,600 meters above sea level. And daybreak over the bivouac in Kourou. Well, people waking after a mosquito-infested night, it has to be said. Crew, journalists, riders, and a few million mosquitoes, keeping us all company. But a jovial mood, it has to be said, the riders enjoying themselves in general.
Au petit glacier là-bas, sympa. Non, bien impeccable, on a bien dormi. Et aujourd'hui, on se prépare pour la deuxième épreuve. Ça va être nickel.
Something of a party atmosphere, but down to the serious business of preparation in the morning. Yes, it's not just human preparations, but the machines as well. Little breakfast, refueling. Pasta for the competitors 2 hours before the competition, as you'd expect. The clothes well dried overnight. Yes, indeed, and time to strike the bivouac and move on. Yes, a tough course ahead of the competitors, 25 kilometers in length, relatively short, but some are saying the final descent, and particularly the climbs, are tough indeed.
It seems like it's a very hard course today. It's short, but it's a lot of climbing, so it will be tough. And you know, we are on starting on 1,600 meters and going up to 1,800, so I can feel it here too. You know, it's not so much air.
Well, it was to be a pacey start after a nervous atmosphere in the small village, and you need a good place, of course, before the early climbs. Martinez of the Sun team, Paulhuber and Dupuy setting the pace, and indeed they set the rhythm for the entire day. Well, after 8 kilometers, Dupuy from the Sun team attacked. Martinez followed. And we were into the rocky stuff, to be sure. Cadel Evans, number 11, still in touch. But the rocks were to cause serious problems with punctures late on. Thomas Bonn of the Danish national team, just one of those in trouble. His second puncture of the day. No help up here, still far away from the assist centre. It's a DIY job. Yes, the riders carry inner tubes and spare inflation gas bottles, and they need them. But it wasn't just the rough stuff. Into the villages as well, onto the back roads and towards the assistant points en route. Many needed help, it has to be said, including the world champion, Hubert Paulhuber. On this section, he was to raise his hand, indicating to the other riders that he'll soon be stopping and needing assistance. Well, despite the trials and tribulations, Martinez seemed to be avoiding everything, except the competition itself, of course, and Martinez making the break on an uphill section. Very good climber, this boy. Moderate descent up. And indeed, he was to start to distance himself from the rest of the chasing pack. Many riders dismounting at this point. Martinez still on board and pushing away. So out alone. This boy's in great condition. Yes, driving towards Station des Eaux for the first time. Behind him, Hoydal, Paulhuber and De Bertolis. Well, the crowd's cheering him on at this ski station. And he was smiling, loving it, despite the exertions. And Martinez was to lead by more than 20 seconds. Massimo De Bertolis and Hoydal in pursuit. But Martinez had this race by the throat, and he was about to give it a little shake. Yes, indeed, still a major loop of 9 kilometers facing the riders, as the rest of them arrived at the top. Christophe Dupuy working very hard indeed. Martinez' teammate, of course. Evans' desperate luck was to befall him. As the leader of the under-22s was to puncture later on. Benny Christensen, last year's winner, also in touch, but way off the leader. Well, he's supposed to be a climbing specialist, but the descent was pretty impressive. And around the loop, Martinez was to extend his lead from 20 to 45 seconds. Yes, Hoydal Bertolis nearest to him. Then came Dupuy, Rasmussen, Palhuber and Hoydal. Evans also in there at this point, but a puncture was to blow his chances. Yes, you've got to have good vision for mountain biking. Van der Eyck sees the danger. Arnie Breukmans doesn't. Well, he picks himself up. Arnie by name, Arnie by nature. A hard man indeed. Well, while all this was going on, Martinez was busy finishing. 45 seconds clear. The time 1 hour, 8 minutes and 44 seconds. A commanding lead at the top. Coming home second, Massimo Di Bertolis. Third place was for Rune Hoydal. Yes, world champion Hubert Palhuber had a tough day. He spoke to us.
Hubert, you are disappointed today?
Yeah, I had a flat tire, so I lost the lead, and so I was just always pushing hard to get in position, to not lose too much time. That was not good luck, you know. If you flatted, you lose a couple of minutes, so this race was over, so can do nothing.
Palhuber, fourth today, stays second overall. The leader still is Martinez. Special round of applause for Karel Evans. Looked good early on, punctures ending his challenge for the day.